His stepfather was a minister. His stepfather was a minister. His stepmother is a sailor. His stepmother is a sailor. Whose watch is this? Whose watch is this? Tried a new recipe for dinner. Tried a new recipe for dinner. I will make a lot of money. I will make a lot of money. My math skills are worse than my sister's. My math skills are worse than my sister's. Were you waiting? Were you waiting? Your stepdaughter was on the jury. Your stepdaughter was on the jury. Does he like swimming? Does he like swimming? There is little time to have lunch between classes. There is little time to have lunch between classes. She put on her sunscreen before going to the beach. She put on her sunscreen before going to the beach. Won't he be a congressman by sunset? Won't he be a congressman by sunset? The state reopened the road. The state reopened the road. My neighbor was a real estate agent. My neighbor was a real estate agent. His grandfather was a cook assistant. His grandfather was a cook assistant. Then one can decide at midnight. Then one can decide at midnight. The crowd laughed at the lawyer's late arrival. The crowd laughed at the lawyer's late arrival. The elephant is the largest land animal. The elephant is the largest land animal. I always drink it when it comes to my house. I always drink it when it comes to my house. After 5 months, he can become a driver. After 5 months, he can become a driver. He did not study for the exam and failed as a result. He did not study for the exam and failed as a result. They have to study for the exam tomorrow. They have to study for the exam tomorrow. There are 5 chairs in the room. There are 5 chairs in the room. How many pens do you have in your bag? How many pens do you have in your bag? This object is a response contract as spoken. This object is a response contract as spoken. She loves going to the beach. She loves going to the beach. The Great Wall of China is the longest wall in the world. The Great Wall of China is the longest wall in the world. Is this her bag? Is this her bag? The fryer is perfect for making French fries. The fryer is perfect for making French fries. I read an interesting article about the benefits of mindfulness. I read an interesting article about the benefits of mindfulness. I'm going to the market to buy chips. I'm going to the market to buy chips. We are not always geographers. We are not always geographers. Shouldn't they get off the ship? Shouldn't they get off the ship? The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. If it was a holiday, we would go on a trip. Where is the shopping cart? Where is the shopping cart? Is my stepsister a pianist? Is my stepsister a pianist? Not expanding now. Not expanding now. Can't be a tradesman after a year? Can't be a tradesman after a year? The car was parked in the garage. The car was parked in the garage. Rarely should be an anthropologist. Rarely should be an anthropologist. The picnic was a fun way to spend the day. The picnic was a fun way to spend the day. I'm not going on vacation until I save enough money. I'm not going on vacation until I save enough money. I have more grapes than Sam. I have more grapes than Sam. One day ago can be a plumber. One day ago can be a plumber. We need to exercise regularly for our health. We need to exercise regularly for our health. That name. That name. Should we touch? Should we touch? The death of the famous actor created a shock effect in the entertainment industry. The death of the famous actor created a shock effect in the entertainment industry. The article examines the history of ancient civilizations. The article examines the history of ancient civilizations. Imitate. Imitate. He's a congressman. He's a congressman. It can massage after 2 seconds. It can massage after 2 seconds. My family works in an office. My family works in an office. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? They came to Istanbul last week. They came to Istanbul last week. This dress is cheap. This dress is cheap. Aren't you going to open at noon? Aren't you going to open at noon? This is your brother. This is your brother. Our children were jewelers. Our children were jewelers. My family bought a house in 2005. My family bought a house in 2005. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. I bought new running shoes to participate in a marathon. They did not eat enough vegetables in their diet. They did not eat enough vegetables in their diet. Whose friend is that girl? Whose friend is that girl? They cannot tell. They cannot tell. The museum is open from Tuesday to Sunday. The museum is open from Tuesday to Sunday. Can I use my smartwatch for contactless payment? Can I use my smartwatch for contactless payment? Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? Can't we glazing at 3 p.m.? Is he attending the meeting tomorrow? Is he attending the meeting tomorrow? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. He is doing his homework in his room. He is doing his homework in his room. Burst. Burst. It didn't start 2 years ago. It didn't start 2 years ago. Are you riding in 5 years? Are you riding in 5 years? His wife was a bus driver. His wife was a bus driver. Should never push. Should never push. Let me check. Let me check. Are there any restrictions on the use of coupons? Are there any restrictions on the use of coupons? Let me see. Let me see. We used our own cars. We used our own cars. My friend told me, I'm thinking of getting a pet. My friend told me, I'm thinking of getting a pet. If it snows tomorrow, we can go skiing. If it snows tomorrow, we can go skiing. What time was it 15 minutes ago? What time was it 15 minutes ago? He's a dedicated athlete. He's a dedicated athlete. Is your uncle a factory worker? Is your uncle a factory worker? He believes in the power of positivity. He believes in the power of positivity. Do you think I'm beautiful? Do you think I'm beautiful? I can't look. I can't look. Did it fall at sunrise? Did it fall at sunrise? I can't save often. I can't save often. The new car is more fuel efficient than the old one. The new car is more fuel efficient than the old one. His half-sisters were messengers. His half-sisters were messengers. He often cooked. He often cooked. He joined a theater group to act. He joined a theater group to act. The movie will start in 10 minutes. The movie will start in 10 minutes. His brothers were collecting donations. His brothers were collecting donations. The legendary musician gave an unforgettable concert. The legendary musician gave an unforgettable concert. Did we hit the year? Did we hit the year? Can I paint now? Can I paint now? Although he has no experience, he has a lot of potential. Although he has no experience, he has a lot of potential.